Mswatu inkosi ithula akayithathe akahambe nayo akayithathe yedenza bakhe wone akayithathe
Welcome to Sports on Thursday, your new weekly sports show bringing you a roundup of the midweek sporting activities and a preview of the exciting weekend ahead. On tonight's show, we wrap up day one of the FNB Eswatini Challenge Golf Tournament currently taking place at the Eswatini Golf Course. We'll also be joined by a special guest from the Eswatini Basketball Association to discuss the latest developments in basketball. With just a few hours to go before the National Games, we'll hear from the Olympic Movement Chief Executive Officer who will give us an update ahead of the tournament. And finally, we'll be joined by the founder of the Donate a Shoe Legends Cup as we look ahead to this weekend's tournament. All this and much more coming up tonight, live on Sports on Thursday.
All right, it's been a long time coming as we will welcome once again a brand new show of Sports on Thursday, where, as you just heard, it's all about looking at the midweek activities and also building up to the weekend ahead. Just knowing that football activities are around the corner, so this specific Thursday will be a beautiful show to just hype up some of the activities, including the local games on your calendar. Once again, hello and welcome, your host, Fabrice Musodena. But without wasting time, just know that one of the Sunshine Tour competition, the FNB Eswatini Challenge, is already underway. Today was Thursday the 13th, day one. Remember, they go all the way up to Saturday. What a day it was indeed, as one of our in-house colleagues, that is Mangaliso Masira, just managed to caught up with some of the golfers and just look at how the day entirely went. Listen to this insert that was, packaged by Eswatini TV Sports team about the first day of the FNB Eswatini Golf Challenge.
The sun sets on the beautiful valley of Eswatini in the beautiful country, the beautiful kingdom of Eswatini. This has been the first day of the FNB Eswatini Challenge. Lots of excitement, lots of tears, lots of cheering, clapping, lots of ishes and oohs. But at the end of the day, beautiful golf was played today. At the top of the log, we have the one and only Luke Brown. Very exciting to see familiar faces. The FNB Challenge brings out our top pros and some of the amateurs who are able to perform very well, but also brings out some top professionals from the country, South Africa and other countries outside of the continent even. So one of the familiar faces we've seen is the one at the top, which is Luke Brown, who is leading the pack now with a beautiful and impressive 9 under par, which is crazy to see.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, anytime you can shoot 9 under, it's really cool. Especially in the first round, straight after a win. I mean, couldn't think of a better time to shoot 9 under. Yeah.
What's the feeling for tomorrow? What's the plan for tomorrow? Any number that you got in your head for it?
I guess we'll have to see how the conditions are in the morning. Hopefully the rain is gone, although you never know. Again, just there's lots of birdies out there. But you can hit yourself in difficult spots. The cliche, one hole at a time, one shot at a time.
We saw something similar to that saying today from our locals. We've got our locals doing really good for our first day. Obviously, this is a major tournament for them. Like I said, the big names, the big brands that they're seeing here, it can get to someone, so it's important to try and keep a level head about the whole day. We have our top 5 locally, which is Brandon Rennie with an impressive 1 over par, followed by Austin Mabaso, AJ Mabaso. Now he is going to be looking back at today with mixed feelings, maybe some disappointment and maybe some hope as well, because he started the round beautifully. He had a nice 33, which was 3 under par for the back 9, the difficult 9 that everyone likes to call. And he came through to what people term the front nine, well, what people term the easier nine. And unfortunately, he carded a 41 over there, which left him at a 2 over par, a 74. And it's just, the reason I say it's mixed feelings is because he really can play golf, and he proved that by playing that 33 in that first nine. He just needs to keep a level head to, you know, cut out those small mistakes. I was actually able to watch him for those last 3 holes, and that's where I watched him lose that beautiful lead that he had. He went from tied number 13 to way down the pecking order. So locally, he is number 2 now.
I'll just say thank you so much to the greenkeeping staff. The golf course was playing good. First day, like you said, it will never be easy. There's always that kind of a little bit of fear. But then I'll try to give it my best, and hopefully tomorrow it's going to be even much better.
He's then followed by Mandla Dlamini Jr., or better known to the golfing community as MJ, who carded a 5 over par. And then, interesting to see, one of the locals that are amateurs who haven't turned pro did pretty well, you know, and he makes the last of the top 5 locally. That's Brett Cutting. He made a 6 over par. Maiden tournament, especially in this level, Sunshine Tour level. Had a conversation with him as well. You know, he's also talking about how he needs to keep a calm head about the whole thing, because the size of the tournament also plays a big hand in how you play. So you need to be able to quiet the noise. I mean, there's the big cameras around, the big crowds, the billboards everywhere, and everyone knows that Sunshine Tour is a huge tour to be on. So you know that the world is watching. So that's one of the things that he has to play that plays a hand in how you play your golf. And very interesting and very impressive to see our local boy doing that. So he's representing the amateurs very well. And of course, when we see an amateur playing this well, we ask the big question, when are you turning?
I struggled in the morning a little bit. Front nine, I struggled just a little bit, put myself under pressure in the beginning, which I shouldn't have done, but as you can imagine, on my debut, so just here for a good experience and to seize the opportunity. But yeah, just grateful to be here, and struggled today, but we always got tomorrow. I knew no matter what the conditions were, I always have the advantage because I'm playing at home. All of the big names and all of that didn't really faze me. I just think the pressure of standing over the ball, knowing that you're playing in a Sunshine Tour event at home, your whole country's behind you, everyone's behind you. I think having that pressure, or putting that pressure myself, I was probably in the wrong for. But as you can imagine, for a young guy on debut, so I think that's definitely my learning curve for today.
Yeah. And right about now, I want to talk to one of the youngest, if not the youngest, amateur and player for the day. That number comes in small packages. Mongi Masugu. How you doing, man?
Good, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. How was the day?
Today was a bit scrappy. I enjoyed it a lot, though. It's very interesting. Very interesting. It's my first tour event, so
Yeah.
it's big. At least it's at home.
What was the thinking coming into it? First and foremost, it's your first tour event. You're coming up against, you know, some veterans in here. What were you thinking coming into this?
To be honest, just to be stay optimistic and don't give up. That was my goal this week. It's obviously a bit difficult for me because, there's new faces and, it's really familiar. You don't know how to get into it. There's so many shots that are not necessarily new. It's not like I'm new to the golf course, but I think just the standard, the caliber, everything's much more at a higher position.
So that's how it's looking for the first day. Excitement for the next day, for tomorrow, day 2. It is much drier in terms of the weather. We had a lot of rain, obviously, as the week started, but now the rains have stopped. The sun came out a bit here and there, and of course there's a bit of wind in the morning. So the weather plays a big role in how people are going to be playing, especially for the tee times. Today, people who started early are going to be starting a bit late. So we've got a tee time tomorrow from as early as 6:30 and from as late as 12:40 in the afternoon. Some people are going to get some rest right now and wake up in the morning, hit the range, have a good breakfast, go back to the range, sit down, even get a massage if they want, and then only come through to tee off. Some people will probably have to sleep on the couch, so they wake up in time to get here by 6:30. And part of those people is us, the team, of course. We have to be here in the morning to catch those first tee off. Tomorrow is the big day because there's going to be a cut. Around 50 golfers, 50 or tied, are going to make it to the final day, which is the Saturday. So a lot to play for, big pot, and of course the bragging rights to be able to say you won the FNB Challenge 2026. So everyone must go and relax now. Obviously we see some people are still practicing. The current number one is doing his putting behind me over here. So it just goes to show that you never stop working. No matter how good a day you've had, you've got to keep at it. That's the beauty. That's the hard thing about golf. It's a sport of muscle memory, so you have to remember. So I know that we're not all golf nerds or enthusiasts, so some things are a bit tricky. Someone will ask, what's changing about tomorrow? Why didn't it finish today? Well, lots will change. First is the tee times and the tee place. The tee times, I mean the starting times. Like I said, someone who started early at 6 today will probably start at like 12 tomorrow. And then also, there's 2 starting points. There's the first hole and the 10th hole. So people who started on the 10th hole are going to shift now to the first hole. This is just to keep things equal so that everyone starts on the same conditions. The other thing that's going to change is the pin placements. So the green doesn't change. You can't change the infrastructure of the green during the game, but what you can change is where you put the hole. So the destination is the same, but the X that marks the spot changes every single day. So anything you play today, you've got to change. Brand new day tomorrow, brand new forces against the play and against your game. But the one thing you've got to be able to do is keep a level head. We're going to keep a level camera so you guys get to see everything. So keep your eyes on the screen.
Unleash your inner chef with Spar. Get up to 80% off on NutriFresh kitchen essentials when you buy products like Cadbury 5-Star, Lunch Bar, PS, Astros or Crunchy. Any 2 for 24, save 8 Emalangeni. 2-ply Spar toilet rolls, 9s for $59.99. Save 10 Emalangeni. Or 175-gram Dettol hygiene soap. Any 2 for 28, save 8 Emalangeni. Only at Spar. T's and C's apply.
Now that was a quick review of the day one of the FNB Eswatini Golf Challenge, a competition, of course, that is under Sunshine Tour, which now is one way of saying that the big guns are in the country. Remember, that was day one. We entered day 2, and then they have to make a cut of 50, which will now enter the last day of the Saturdays. Now, in terms of Eswatini, where we are more interested in looking at the performance in terms of how they are standing. You can see, of course, Brendan just leading here on that stage. We've got also the likes of AJ Mabaso, who we saw also on the course lead amongst the leaders in terms of the local golfers. We've got also Sfiso Villani, who was also part of the golfers today. And then number 4, of course, MJ Dlamini, we know. Now, in terms of Sunshine Tour, this is the overall winners, of course, in terms of the competition so far on day 1. Luke Brown, the South African, of course, taking a lead with the 9 under par. We've got Daniel Kroger, we've got Benjamin, we've got, Dylan, and then also at the end, Alton van Demerwe. So all these, what I've come to understand is that they did not miss last year's edition. It tells you how much key and important it is to be part of this, competition. I have a guest here already in the studio. That is the founder of the, Donate a Pay we have a Legends Cup, of course, under the Donate a Pay, Donate a Shoe, tournament. So the founder is Ngosine Masugu. Let's not sure he's a well-known face in the local sports fraternity. Nguvusele Masugu. Engabe lesicotha kubona screen uyangena yini. Ngiyathi nje nakhuluma ngebhola khona basketball khona swimming. Ikaluva le.
Ngiyabona ukhuluma under par, 9 under par, 7 under par. I do get to follow golf, but not as much as
cricket. You do?
Oh no, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Over the past weekend, I watched the All Blacks playing the Stormers in Cape Town.
Okay.
You know, rugby is bringing something different. The atmosphere is something phenomenal.
So how are you going to get here now? Golf. We want you here.
I will try. I have to take a swing once. Ngiyambona parties wazama kushaya. I think Taribo is well.
Taribo Mangaliso
Masilela, yes.
Parties yeah.
How about yourself?
No, I'm doing something different.
No. We're still talking about golf.
Yeah. At some point, I'll join.
Yeah.
No, good to see you, Masugu. I think now the time is edging closer. We're talking about, the competition that you've established, a Legends Cup. For the sake of the viewer who missed your interview a couple of days ago, Donate a Pay, the initiative behind a foundation. What's the idea behind?
Thank you so much, Fabrice, and good evening to your viewers at home. This is the weekend that we've been looking forward to. We've got a new baby on the block, which is the Legends Cup, under the Donate a Pay charity project that we are doing. This is a family project that we started with the boys at home, where we were saying, let us look for something that we can do for charity, for them to understand what is happening outside and beyond what they have in their comfort zone. We started doing this some 7 years ago, where we held our short meeting to say, guys, yes, it's Wawa's birthday today, but what do we do out of this birthday that we would be giving back to the community? And then it started with blankets. The following year, they said, no, let us get into buying shoes for the underprivileged. It has been like that for the past 6 years. So this year we decided, no, let us come up with a different approach. From our budget, we set aside 15,000 in Malangeni, and then we went out to look for social teams, football social teams, that is the retired and those that are playing football for fun, to say, let's bring them together. They wouldn't be using money to register, but this time they would be using a minimum of 5 pairs of shoes to have your team registering for the Legends Cup. Here we are today, we've got the 16 teams. They will be battling it out in Hlangano this Saturday. It's a knockout, so it's going to be a 2-day event. The first day, we are doing the last 16, the quarterfinals. By the end of the day on Saturday, we'll be left with 4 teams.
I know we'll struggle maybe to the main tournament, which is Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
But in Kamangunsi, before we get to the tournament, let's look at how the public you've been supported.
Yep.
I think we've got visuals where recently you were at the offices of the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister. Who I would say she was also there for you. We'll get to that. But you were talking about the knockout and the draw itself. That's the draw.
Yeah.
So that's Group A and Group B.
Because these groups, because we're using 2 pitches, they will be playing concurrently. When you look at King's Opposer Stadium, there's the artificial turf, there's also that natural grass there.
Yes.
So these teams will be battling it out on both grounds. So this is how it looks. We'll start at 9 in the morning. Hopefully by 3 p.m. we would have finished for the day. It gives us enough time for the teams to rest, recharge for the next day, because those that would have won will be coming back for the semi-finals. But coming back to your question, the public has been so supportive, and we can never thank the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister enough for what she has done, adding the voice. And we've seen individuals bringing in some pair of shoes, some companies that have pledged and brought in some of the teams. One of the teams from the EFA 11, I think you saw it there. They also decided, no, we're not going to register with the minimum of 5 pairs, but we're going to register with 20,000 Malangeni worth of shoes, 10,000 for the boys, 10,000 for the girls. We've got companies that have decided to come forth. Instacash they're giving us 10,000 worth of shoes. They're also giving the champions a full soccer kit from Joma worth 10,000 Malangeni. We've got companies. Today, I had a pleasure of meeting with Montechnic company. They pledged 50 pairs of shoes. We've got Carrot tickets. They are also bringing in some shoes. We've got the PROs from the Premier League of
I think I've seen
Eswatini.
in some of the visuals.
They also pledged. So this has been such a beautiful unveiling of this event that we're seeing today. And like you have seen on Monday, the Deputy Prime Minister unveiled the trophy that will be played for. We've got medals.
It's a beautiful trophy. I think we have the trophy. Let's take a look at the trophy on the
it's a lovely trophy.
It's a lovely trophy.
And we do have medals for the champions, medals for the runners-up. We've got player of the tournament that will be getting 500 Malangeni, goalkeeper of the tournament, the top goal scorer, they're all getting 500 Malangeni. Plus, we've got a sponsor from one of the sports shops around that has said, top goal scorer, get your 500, but you are getting special sneakers from them. So the goalkeeper, the player of the tournament, and the top goal scorer, they'll be getting these sneakers from our sponsors as well. So it's such an exciting journey that we are walking. It has been a very short time, but so many things have been put together. We are also looking forward for some friendly games that we will see on Sunday, because our program is a bit light on Sunday. So we've got Media 11 that will be playing there as well. I do hope I'll be seeing you.
Yeah. When you say donate a shoe, we mean something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when you look at, that's the picture I talked about, and then I think that's the trophy. That's a beautiful trophy in the company, of course, of the Eswatini Football Association CEO alongside other delegates. Now, I want us to go back to the fixture, because I want to look at the teams, because whoever is sitting at home is wondering, okay, what teams do we have? Let's look at the fixture. When it starts on Saturday, Team A, Team B, Kunabani, some of people we can look up to in terms of Lama Legends.
Maybe to start with it.
Is that Classy Legends? Yes.
That's slightly, because the Shiseleni guys are giving us 10 teams.
Yes.
So both first games, as you can see, they're Hlati versus Mahamba, Bakery versus Ngwane College. They're both from the Shiseleni region. We've got Stlaka and Gashali Masters. Gashali Masters is from Manzini.
Okay.
And it does have former Premier League players. I think Bostamford Ngube should be playing that side. But watch out for 6-6. That is from Hlangano. There's Msimisi Nganywa that is playing there. There's also Temba Lkele, who used to play from Babane Swallows. He's also playing there. So most of the teams, Zone 14 is also from Hlangano. There's Amalanda FC or FC Malanda. That team comes from Elubulin. It comes with former Green Mamba striker Mbuso Kena. So he will also be playing there. So we do have quite a number of big names that will be there. And it's going to be an exciting weekend, because we also have the Plus 268 Motorcycle Club. They will be coming with their motorcyclists there. So as you can see, by 12:30, we would have gotten 8 teams out of the tournament.
All right, once again, let's stick to the poster on your screen. Classy Legends play their first game
with Mahamba
on the main pitch of King's Sobo.
Yes,
and behind there is a second game between...
that's Bakery and Ngwane College.
Yes, so you make sure they run...
They are running concurrently. Simultaneously.
So by the time we take a lunch break by 12:30, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4...
8 teams out.
Yeah, 8
So we're left with 8 teams. So after lunch, we're playing our quarterfinals.
Okay.
So again, you look at 10 to 11, there's EFA 11, that is Football Association 11. They're playing against... I'm not sure, but they are there. But is a strong squad. Hlangano Social, be careful. Because with this... social teams from Hlangano, they do have a mini league that they play every weekend. So they're not your lazy teams that you would... But be careful, we have an age limit, because it's 35 and above.
Okay.
But the rules are saying you can have 30 and 34, but only 2 players can play at a goal.
Okay.
So if you are having a 32-year-old and a 30-year-old, bangaba babili kuphela playing at that time.
Okay.
So if you want to bring in another under 35, you've got to substitute these ones. So the rules are there. Okay. We've got the rules that are really...
They're thinking it's now legend or above 35.
Of course. But then again, if you have retired this past season, you cannot play this season because you're still...
Felix cannot play.
And mind you, I think they are playing for, they're part of the Kashali Masters, but they cannot feature because, I mean, even the season that we're playing, the season hasn't even finished because
the HEM. We need to go to the HEM.
There you are. So
yeah,
season,
you're on the 20,
so
I think it should be 24.
And their fitness level, honestly. Obviously, if you look at the years that we're talking of, I know that Wanda Nhleko plays for one of the social teams, but he can't play because he dusted his boots and he was playing for Manzini Wanderers, so he's still fit. But look at his age, but he cannot feature. So, yeah, that's the exciting part.
I was tempted to open the lines for the viewers, especially for the Shisereni-based football. But time is against us. We'll do it on Monday when we come back to tell us how the tournament went.
Oh, I think everyone is so excited.
Yeah.
One of the teams here in Bobane, they have... Yesterday, they were in Hlangano to look for accommodation. They're leaving tomorrow. They said, we're coming back on Sunday. Well, does it mean that we win up to, they will play until Sunday? Who knows? But everyone is moving to Hlangano. And I think the excitement is just building up so nicely because even with the weather, everything is cleared up. Okay. I told you it's how you chase away the weather. So that's what we did.
All right.
We are Shiselweni people, so we know things like
there
that.
You have it. It's always lovely to have this man right here, Ngosilenhle Masugo. Has had a good spell of. He was once a Sihlangu Liga team manager. Yeah.
Mine?
Yeah.
I've been with Sihlangu for a while.
For a while.
That was then when Sihlangu was. I think Taripo can tell you.
No, that comment you're about to say, no.
No. I will still have to say, then the support that was there, because we were still playing at Somhlolo and no one would come to Somhlolo and just push us around.
Call them in that voice.
No. That one was...
But
it's coming back, don't worry.
It's coming back,
Coming back,
I had to say that because I'm associating to how he's getting the idea of gathering these legends. So he's been in the football industry for quite some time. I don't know in South Africa, but I happen to know that in England, he will die as a Ghana. He was born as a Ghana. Thank you very much for being here. And you want to say something before you leave?
No. It's all about thanking the public. I think they've really shown us so much support. Okay. The media has given us so much space. Everyone now is talking about let's show their work. So it's been exciting. I think the 200 target that we've set for ourselves, we'll just double it, even triple it, because people are coming through. And I can't wait for the next edition next year. It's going to be even bigger because we're definitely coming back.
All right. Yeah. One promise I can give him is that Eswatini TV sports team will be driving to the Shiselweni region to just follow closely what will be taking place in terms of this competition. Donate a Prayer Legends Cup, playing for every child's future. Let's show their hashtag. Let's show their walk. That is 15th to 16th, 10 in the morning, King Sobuza Stadium in Hlangano, and you don't have to pay a cent to be part of this day. We're taking a short break. When we come back, the Eswatini Basketball Association, they'll be in the studio. They are moving slowly, but quite making an impressive move in terms of competition. After the break, we have them here to know what they're doing to grow the sport.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds full of wonder. You choose a path to awaken your senses, to feel the rush of life overwhelm you, a world to make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. You ask, and we give you the royal experience. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. Veraba but a few places on earth so special, so unique, and so spectacular, where it becomes a rite of passage for the ambitious travelers, the courageous souls, to all have the one and only royal experience. That day when you look deep into your heart and leap into an ancient world so very different from your own, where magic, beauty, and love are shared forever, then you will have a whole experience. There is just one place on earth where the people make you feel a part of their kingdom, where you just might volunteer to awaken spirits, enrich minds, and work alongside communities to build, motivate, and inspire. This is truly the royal experience. When you dream of a different world, beyond the ordinary, beyond time, discover just how far you go to expand your understanding of life's greatest mysteries. There's just one place on this planet with so much to offer. Now is the time for you to have the royal experience.
Attention retailers, importers, clearing agents, and customs brokers. All television sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini now require mandatory ESTVA authorization before customs clearance. No clearance without valid ESTVA import permit. Don't risk delays at the border. Submit your application 24 to 48 hours before your shipment arrives. We process complete applications in just 1 to 2 working days. Our QR-coded permits make the verification quick and easy. Always double-check your HS codes and quantities for smooth compliance. The process is simple. Step 1. Submit your completed application form. Annex A with product line items for TVs, decoders, and commercial invoice. Step 2. Eswatini TV reviews and approves. Step 3. Make payment and complete verification. Step 4. Receive your permit. Step 5. Clear customs smoothly at the border. Make sure you have all your required documents, a completed application form, Annex A detailing your product line items, commercial invoice, valid TV retailer license, and letter of authority if applicable. Our permits feature QR codes for easy border verification. For assistance, email us at license@eswatinitv.co.sz or call our help desk. Apply before your shipment arrives. Ensure compliance and avoid delays. Remember, all TV sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini must have a valid ESTVA import permit. Thank you. Act now.
When you choose your adventures, you do so with an open heart and a desire for the unexpected. You embark on journeys to discover new worlds full of wonder. You choose a path to awaken your senses, to feel the rush of life overwhelm you, a world to make you look up and realize just how inspiring this life can be. You ask, and we give you the royal experience. Arrive and awaken your heart. Explore life in ways only thought possible in your dreams. There are but a few places on earth so special,
All right, it is your sports on Thursday, the return of the, a new brand show that you used to have on Thursday as Temidlalo, but now it is the sports on Thursday. You know we do have sports on Monday, so if you just missed what we were talking about just at the top of this show, we looked ahead on the ongoing FNB Eswatini Challenge. We also touched on the upcoming of Donepe Legends Cup. Is a show, of course, that looks around the midweek activities, and we just look at some of the upcoming events, especially the weekend ahead of you. But one thing I want to touch on is how well the Eswatini Basketball Association is doing. At some point, some of the viewers made calls on particular shows highlighting that things seem to be not going well for the Eswatini Basketball Association. But I can stand here and be a witness to say, with the current executive, things are taking a different twist. And for that reason, we've got specific guests in the studio in the name of Sipho Mamba. Sipho Mamba is in charge of the technical, leadership of coaches and other duties. And then there's also some guests here in Nhlanga, head of the DNSS, which is a development program under the sport. Starting away, what a night. You are back in the studio and you're excited.
Yeah, very much excited. The association is really working very hard to ensure that the sport, basketball, is spread all over the country. Yeah.
And look at how branded you are as well in terms of the Eswatini Basketball Association. You're back in the studio and you're excited.
Super excited. Angivusele Begunene. I'm Samgelisiwe Nhlanga. I am the head of disability basketball.
Oh, okay.
Where we are focused on wheelchair basketball and deaf basketball currently, and also the appointed project manager for DNSS, which is Development of National Sports Systems. And I'm happy to be here.
I hope I didn't forget anything, because the way she just changed everything, not doctor or professor, because I forgot about the disability point, but I'm being advised that let's take a short break, because now we want to prepare these two guests. They're excited to be in the studio, so let's just welcome them with so much, anticipation, with some things that we have to change quickly. A short break. When we come back, then we look at how some of the activities they've had in terms of Siapampisa, how they've been visiting different constituencies, building up to improving basketball in the land.
Hello to all the viewers of Eswatini TV in the kingdom and beyond. Eswatini TV is regulated by the Eswatini Communications Commission through the Broadcasting Code and Broadcasting Guidelines. Under these instruments, the station commits to broadcasting information and news that have been fact-checked, programs and content in respectful language with no elements of hate speech, violence or sexual activity. If you hear any unsuitable content on this channel, you have a right to voice your complaints with the station management. Should you not be satisfied with the response or action taken, you can escalate your matter to the Communications Commission at PO Box 7811 Babani. Call 2406 7000 or send an email to info@esccom.org.za. For more information, visit www.esccom.org.za.
Now, I've already introduced the guests in the studio, Sipho Mamba and Samgelisiwe Nhlanga from the Eswatini Basketball Association. Quickly, the programs that you've been doing currently, visiting different constituencies and trying to improve basketball, be it introduction of the sport, be it also capacitating coaches. So far, how well is it going, and how can you rate the progress of the sport?
Probably the target being to finally have our basketball being under FIBA and ranked. So getting into the communities, there are two things that we are trying to achieve. Visibility is one, that the sport in the country should be visible for everyone. And I think we are trying very hard to achieve that one. And then secondly, it is capacitation in terms of the players and the coaches to ensure that in each and every constituency that we arrive or we visit, we leave a mark where we will say there is a coach who will be responsible for taking through the players that we would have identified in that particular constituency. One also can note that we're not only targeting, I would say, outskirts of the country or rural communities, but in the context of Siyapambisa, we have 3 sets of activities that we do.
What are we saying in Siyapambisa?
Siyapambisa is basketball, with dribbling, actually, yes. Okay. It's one of the skills that we teach when we go through the communities.
This is the skill?
Yeah, that's exactly.
So,
Baya Pambisa, exactly, yeah.
This is the first code basketball.
Exactly,
okay.
Yeah. That's the one.
All right.
Yeah.
When you talk about DNS, it stands for?
Development of National Sports Systems.
All right. So it's funded, I should, if I remember.
Yes.
It is funded. In terms of the progress, and then how do you go about it in terms of ensuring that now you're targeting the right people, the right group in the right environment?
DNSS is funded by the Olympic Solidarity.
Okay.
Through the assistance of IOGA, Basketball Association was able to acquire the fund where we were training coaches, developing players. Currently, we're developing 25 coaches, 90 athletes. We've got 30 under 16s, 30 under 20s, and 30 under 25s that are going through development camps. We have also referees. We are targeting 10 referees and 10 table officials. So to answer your question, to make sure that things are working the right way, we have, like we said, we're developing systems, right? We have selection criteria that are being used that each head of portfolio for the different aspects that I've mentioned is using to actually make sure that we're achieving our goals and reaching Eswatini not only in the Mbabane Manzini corridor, but all out in Eswatini in all 4 regions.
Okay. But is that the visuals you just, so if you can come back to that, is that part of the DNS program that she's talking about?
Yeah, it is. That's a session that was held at Lobamba under Coach Craig David, who's the...
Craig Daniels,
yes. Craig Daniels, who's the instructor.
Okay. So these are the basics normally of teaching them. Siyapambisa, we talked about that. And another basic. So amongst these people who are watching, they are coaches and referees and everything.
Yes, there are actually coaches because we have coaches clinics where the coaches go in class to learn theories of coaching and then also practice those theories with other coaches before then we go to the camps, because it starts with the level with the clinics. From the clinics, then we have the camps for the athletes, whereby now we're putting it into practice and making it practical for the grassroots coaches. A good thing that is happening also is that we also have now senior coaches that are actually
like next to you.
They're actually now helping our grassroots coaches to actually catch up and learn and understand e-basketball. And we are now putting it on a FIBA level because as much as coaching is there, it's important to do it the right way. We have Coach Craig, like Mr. Mamba has mentioned, who is a qualified FIBA Level 1 coach, and he is taking us through. So what's going to happen is with the coaches that will complete their Level 3 clinic, they will then qualify to do the FIBA Level 1 coaching clinic, which then takes them to another level to go out in the world, because, I mean, sports are not meant to just keep us here. They're meant to help us spread our wings.
Which level is Coach Mamba?
He's already a FIBA Level 1 coach.
FIBA level 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
So in football, we talk about FIFA accredited, coach. So when you are a FIBA accredited coach, should I use the word you can coach in NBA?
Of course.
Are you serious?
Of course.
Yeah, you can coach
so you can
in the
coach at
world.
NBA.
You can coach in an NBA. Depends on your guts and everything.
Coach, she talked about 25 individuals that are being trained. My thinking is it's women's month, right?
Yeah.
It's women's
month. In terms of gender, in terms of number of women in 25, is there a good number of women?
Yes.
A very good number. I think we have about more than 10 because we have 25 coaches. So about more than 10, that's about 13 female coaches that we have. Yes.
Coach, remember, I think you're now at FIBA level. I just want to know the challenges you going through. I don't know if I should say you're also a facilitator, but you help the FIBA coaches around. Some of the challenges that we have when we are learning as local coach, as Swazi coaches and referees, what are some of the challenges are we facing when you look at them?
Okay, basically it's us having not the correct infrastructure to start with. You find that as a coach, you are faced with about 30 athletes, and when you look at your equipments in terms of even the basketball itself, you only have got one, and it's the rubber balls that we normally find at shops like ShopRite and Pick and Pay. It's not the quality basketball ball that you will expect. We also have got challenges in terms of now trying to have the correct number of development coaches, especially in schools. You find that in our public schools, the coaches are not that much paid or remunerated in terms of them now putting in the correct effort in developing the athletes. So you find that we have less number of athletes that come from public schools when we compare it with private schools.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about also the issue of course, we touched on women, we touched on growth. Let's talk about people living with disability, because it's a branch that you had. And I'm coming quickly. I've got a lot I want to say, but I'm coming on the national games because you're included as well, basketball, into tomorrow's national games, where if everything goes accordingly, we'll have the Chief Executive Officer, Maxwell Chele of EOGA, just online, just to interact on the plans. But let's talk about the people with disability. How far are you in terms of capacitating them about the sport? And do we have well-coached and trained coaches for the wheelchair basketball?
I can say we have really started from the foundation going up, because it's very important to note that able basketball is different from disability basketball, from wheelchair basketball. The rules are different. So we are currently at a space where we are bringing in professionals to actually start coaching coaches. We have had sit-downs with schools like your St. Joseph's, the School of the Deaf, primary and high school, to actually participate and get to have volunteers that will be coaches. We have 2 coaches from School of the Deaf that are currently participating in the development of national sports systems. So they're also learning to coach. We've never had deaf basketball in Eswatini, but those discussions are already happening, the movement is already happening, and we just look forward to seeing what's next for disability basketball. But we are out here raising awareness and making sure we see the resources that are needed are coming through to Eswatini, so that we actually take the sport to a better level.
Quick one before maybe we conclude. I have Maxwell Chele already online. You were over 2 weeks back, Sunday, anyway. You were, I think we have the visuals where you were teaching young people about the sport, first steps on how to throw a ball. Some of the difficulties that you're facing when you visit rural areas, do they have an understanding about the sport? They just clueless about the sport, which is not their fault, but I think through the initiative of the Prime Minister is to say, let's just visit people out there and teach them about the sport.
I think that's a great initiative from our association, because when I was just outside there, I was texting one of the players from Eswatini. He is so thrilled about the activities that we did on that day. He's saying he's looking forward to us coming back again to give them further lessons on how they can improve their basketball.
This is Sandleni, the area you were referring to.
That's a Sandleni, yes, a historical place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you look at that, okay, the response from the kids who attended, especially the youngsters, how was the response in terms of them grasping the knowledge you were sharing with them?
We were so much surprised because they were fast learners. Those kids were touching the ball for the first time, but eventually they were able to bounce, they were able to shoot, they were even able to dribble the ball, a little bit of it. And on that particular day, we were so touched that we even left some few basketball balls for them to continue with the process. Thanks to the Indvuna of Yenkundla, who promised that he is going to be the center of the sport. So the equipment that we had on that day, we left it there so that when we come again, we shall proceed with them now on another level.
All right, national games tomorrow, nothing much to say, but the
Yeah.
Trade Fair Cup, something you want to say about as well?
Oh, definitely. The trade fair is coming up very soon, and we have basketball also participating in the trade fair. We also have wheelchair basketball, which will also be participating in the trade fair this year. Very exciting. And I just want to really give a round of applause to people in Eswatini that are taking basketball to the next level. We had the winter basketball tournament just recently that brought in 5 different countries into Eswatini to compete nationally. And then our under-16s are going to Mozambique very soon. So it's quite exciting.
Quite exciting.
Yeah.
All right. In the interest of time, without let you go, you just stay in the studio a bit. Let's see if we can be able to join Maxwell Chere, the Eswatini Olympic and Commonwealth Games Association Chief Executive Officer, just to wrap up quickly about tomorrow's activities. The competition starts tomorrow, the national games today. Mr. Chere, Sikvosele this evening once again. I know you're a busy person preparing for the main event. Starts tomorrow, officially the launch. But briefly, I've got basketball. They'll be part of the competition tomorrow. But in terms of the games itself, the excitement around itself, the games, with Lesotho and I think Seychelles amongst the 2 countries to visit us.
Yes, thank you very much, Fabrice. Thank you for having me, and good evening to all your viewers at home. Good evening to basketball. I'm quite excited to see basketball there because a lot is happening, as you are also aware from the basketball perspective, with so many programs happening simultaneously. So this really excites us as a yoga because, we're there to ensure that sport develops in the country. Well, coming to the matter at hand, Fabrice, yes, the time has come. The National Youth Games are now upon us. As I'm speaking to you now, we already have Seychelles in the country to come and participate in the games as one of our guests. We also have our second guest, which is Lesotho. We are expecting them in the country tomorrow afternoon, just in time for the big event tomorrow, which is the official opening ceremony of the games, where we will have dignitaries attend together with all our delegates and athletes who are going to parade to show that they are ready for the games. So this particular event, Fabrice, is going to be held at the Sports Emporium at UNESWA, starting at 6 p.m. Tomorrow evening. We are expecting all our athletes, together with their coaches and technical officials, together at the university before 4 p.m. tomorrow, where, as you are probably aware, we are going to be using the University of Eswatini as the Games Village. So all our athletes and team officials are going to be housed at the university, just to ensure as well that everybody is together and gets an experience really of what normally happens internationally at all these multi-sports events such as the Olympics and such as the Commonwealth Games, which we have just come back from. So we are looking forward to the event. We're expecting about 425 delegates. This is athletes together with their team officials and technical officials as well, who are going to attend the event tomorrow evening. As mentioned, we are also expecting our guests to already be in the country to also participate in the event. I would just like to use this opportunity, Fabrice, to just invite the general public, invite sports lovers in the country, parents of all our young athletes as well, to come and attend this showpiece that is going to be displayed over the weekend, starting tomorrow with the official opening and then moving on to Saturday and Sunday, where we have our main games. We have 4 sporting codes that are going to be delivered at Lobamba, Olymp Africa. This is taekwondo, basketball, tennis, and volleyball. And then we also have the Somhlolo National Stadium, which is going to be host to athletics, Special Olympics, together with boxing. We have our final sport, swimming. Swimming will be delivered at Njabulweni School in Manzini. So these are the venues spread very, very well. And we just invite the general public to come and witness and support Team Eswatini.
Interest of time, you've answered everything. I wanted to talk about the sporting codes. I see athletics, boxing, basketball, swimming, tennis, taekwondo, volleyball, and Special Olympics. Thank you very much, Mr. Jil. I think now, once the competition is over, we'll have you officially in the studio just to look at how we benefited as a country, how now we're moving in the right direction. Thank you very much, Mr. Jil, and have a good night.
Thank you, Fabrice. Good evening.
Eswatini Olympic and Commonwealth Games Association Chief Executive Officer Maxwell Jere. In the interest of time, he just highlighted everything within just 2 to 3 minutes to talk about the National Games. Starts tomorrow until the 17th. About 8 sporting codes will be played. Amongst the sport that will be played, basketball. They are not speaking on behalf of everyone, but we are lucky to have them as we leave. Dlangamandla, any message? We go to the National Games. Be ready.
I was ready. Our under-16s are ready. They're playing 3-on-3, getting ready for Mozambique in December. So we're all ready. I'm just going to urge the public to support basketball, good trade fair, and also support disability basketball, especially because, I mean, we all need to be together.
Coach Mamba, I know for sure tomorrow when it comes to National Games. Coach,
it's a regional thing. It's a regional contest. Come Hoho, come Lubombo, come Shiselweni, come Manzini. It's going to be something else down there at Lobamba. So everyone in these particular regions I've mentioned, please make sure you are there. Don't miss out.
All right, there you have it. It's a packed weekend because we've got the FNB Eswatini Challenge that is still ongoing. We've got Donate Prayer Legends Cup. We've got also the National Games. So you cannot be bored with so much activities. Basketball are out. Fabrice Musonera, your host, I'm out. The entire sports team, we are out. And it was Sports on Thursday. Until we meet again, sit at the
Hello to all the viewers of Eswatini TV in the Kingdom and beyond.